Hey, and welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to do a quick review on this Stitch Soak Scrub 100% nylon yarn that I found in the store the other day. I've never seen it, and so I thought it looked a little bit interesting. I'm going to try to make up a few little scrubbies for Christmas and some gifts, and I thought it would be fun, since it's a new yarn to me, to do a quick review on this yarn. So let's take a look at it. So this is a Stitch Soak Scrub 100% nylon yarn. It is made by Lion Brand. This color here is plum. Let's see what these are. This one is Eventide. So this light purple one is Eventide. Dark one is plum. And this green one is called Cabbage. It is a 4-weight nylon yarn. It recommends a 5mm knitting needle and a 5mm crochet hook, so that is what I have here. I am going to do a little knitting sample, a Tunisian crochet sample, and then just some regular single crochet, double crochet, just to get the feel of this yarn. In one of these little balls you get 92 yards. Let's take a look at the actual yarn. I'm not sure if we'll be able to pull it from the center, because this feels grabby. Can you hear it? That is wild. Alright, so let's look at this yarn. So look at how it's set up. It's almost like a bunch of chains. Now, I don't know that I would classify this as a 4-weight. It's not very thick. Once you kind of squeeze it, it kind of really shrinks in a way. It's not very thick, and they're just made with a whole bunch of chains chained together. Let's see how this works out. I worked up a few rows in just the garter stitch, and here is what that looks like. You can't even tell stitches. However, working with it is surprisingly easy. You could see all of your stitches on your needle. Now, if you had to work back into these stitches that you created, that would be difficult. But I didn't find any issue actually knitting with this yarn. It was very scratchy though, so if you're sensitive to that sort of feeling, this is going to be difficult for you to work with. But as far as working this up, it was not difficult, and it definitely feels like a scrubby. Let's try some Tunisian. one row of the Tunisian simple stitch, and already this is much more difficult to work with using a crochet hook and doing the Tunisian, because you're working into actual loops when you crochet and the actual stitches, this yarn is much more difficult. It's hard to find where to go in. I'm not even sure that I can see where these bars are to do the Tunisian. That being said, since you're mainly going to be using this for scrubby yarn, mistakes won't even be shown. So I'm just guessing at this point where those bars are, pulling up loops. I honestly have no idea if I've missed one. The yarn is kind of stretchy for this, which in a way is helpful and in a way is not helpful. Alright, single crochet, first row, double crochet, second row, not that you can tell. I mean, I like how it works up. I don't like working with this yarn when I'm using a crochet hook. It was very difficult to see the stitches. You really had to pay attention to know where to go in and out. I suppose if you're going to work into the spaces, which you totally could because nobody's going to notice, it would be a lot easier. So I have done the knitting, which is right there. We've got our regular crochet here and Tunisian crochet here. For me, I much prefer working with this yarn using a knitting needle. Just using garter stitch, that was really easy. I had no issues with the yarn or working with it. Using a crochet hook and doing Tunisian crochet and just regular single and double crochet stitches, that was much more challenging, at least for me. I think what I might try when working with this yarn is holding another strand of yarn, holding this scrubby yarn and the cotton yarn together. It might help to be able to see where the stitches are. Overall, I do like this yarn. I think this would make wonderful scrubbies. It has a nice texture, it has a scrubby texture, but again, the texture might be off-putting to some. Overall, I would give this yarn probably like a 7. It's not my favorite yarn to work with, but it's definitely interesting and unique, and it would definitely work up into some really nice, quick, scrubby gifts. I hope you enjoyed this mini yarn review. Until next time, happy knitting, happy Tunisian crocheting, and happy crocheting, everyone. Bye!